Boom, 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 boom. What's going on, guys? It's Kato with the Wrestling Replay here for episode number 4 of Let's Talk About It Now. You have to bear with me. I was not here for the past couple of weeks, but work has got really busy. So the videos I'm going to pump out and push out whenever I can. So I decided to do a Let's Talk About It episode for what's been happening in WWE for the past 2 weeks. And I'll do the same thing for what's been happening going on with AEW the past couple of weeks. But let's go ahead and start out on the Monday Night Raw side of things. Now, first and foremost, everyone has seen it. We all know what's going on. We have Bill Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre. I'm not a fan of the match, to be honest. I'm not really a fan of seeing Bill Goldberg come back and automatically just thrust himself into the world title picture. Of course, that's where he should belong, but I would like to see him kind of at least work his way, or at least make it a little bit more dramatic than the way that he's been bringing himself back in the recent matches that he's been bringing himself back in. Also, in his recent matches as of late, they haven't been impressive, not at all. Like, I don't understand why they would put Drew McIntyre against Bill Goldberg. I understand you want a big match for this Royal Rumble, but you don't have to force Bill Goldberg on us to make this Royal Rumble really good. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the outcome should definitely be Drew McIntyre retaining his title. I don't see a situation where you allow Bill Goldberg to come in once again and defeat your champion, and then you put the belt on Bill Goldberg, only to do what? Lose it in the next pay-per-view. Is this how you want to really build up to your WrestleMania, big match with Bill Goldberg? Bill Goldberg actually defeating a champion you've been building up for the past year. He's had great matches. He's had great feuds. I'm talking about Drew McIntyre, that is. Why would you let it all come crashing down in a loss to Bill Goldberg? You know what I'm saying? So, in that aspect, I hope they do the right thing and keep the belt on Drew McIntyre. And I hope he actually finishes this match like pretty quickly. If he was able to beat Brock Lesnar in like a quick, dominant fashion, I hope he's able to come out and do the same thing to Bill Goldberg. Maybe that'll lead to us having Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre in another match. Who knows? I don't know Brock Lesnar contract situation right now, but I'd rather see Drew McIntyre in the rematch with Brock Lesnar going into WrestleMania season, and that'll be interesting to see how Paul Heyman will have Roman Reigns on one side and Brock Lesnar, and how exactly that would coexist at WrestleMania with both of them being there at the same time. But we'll have to wait and see on that, of course. We also have to see who wins the Royal Rumble. My speculation, who I think should win, is actually Jimmy Uso. I would love to see Jimmy win, and then that feud kind of continues with the Uso brothers and family and Roman Reigns and that whole Samoan dynasty thing they got going on right now, because the storyline will be great. I think the match will already be good. I think we can expect similar to like Jey Uso type matches, so I think it will be a really good matchup. You already have, the blood boiling. You already got the storyline. The foundation is laid, so it would be perfect. Who else do Roman Reigns have to fight inside of that Samoan dynasty to really be the chief of the table? To be the tribal chief, the head of the table, besides Jimmy Uso and The Rock, which I think we'll eventually get to, maybe at SummerSlam, depending on how many fans they'll let inside the building at that point. But back to jumping on the Raw side. Now, we do have the tag team champions who already have inner turmoil within themselves. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin just cannot get along. So how long will these two actually hold on to the tag team titles? Which brings me to the point of, I think the tag team titles need to just be unified and make it one title, because we do not have enough teams to really make this tag team division interesting. You know what I'm saying? We already have the Street Profits on one side. We have the New Day, but we have Kofi out on injury right now. But we have the New Day. We have Dolph Ziggler, and we have Robert Roode. We have the Hurt Business. Outside of that, we really don't have any real legit solidified tag teams. To be honest, I actually think NXT might have better tag teams than the main roster right now. Well, at least more tag teams that's legit than the main roster right now. I feel like both champions are actually teams that were just kind of thrown together and paired together. I don't think Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander really mesh well together as a tag team. I don't really think Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler mesh well as a tag team. I think it was two guys that they decided to just put together. They're two main event guys, and they said, hey, We're not doing anything with these guys. Why not just put them in a tag team? And I feel like that's how it came about. Whereas on NXT, I feel like the tag teams are much more organic and are actually, legit partners, and they feel more like a tag team. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see them belts just unified so that we can get better tag team matches and the champions can jump from brand to brand. I think that'd be pretty cool. Pretty much like they do the women's tag team titles. Now, speaking of the women's tag team titles, let's go ahead and talk about Asuka and Charlotte Flair for a second. Mainly Charlotte Flair for a second. WWE seem to be doing it again. They always feel the need to push a love story. We do not need a love story. We don't need a love angle. Lacey Evans and Ric Flair should be no type of love interest, kissing, none of the flirty. It should be none of that. That's nasty. It should be none of that at all, man. But they have the means for a perfect storyline. If you remember, Ric Flair and Charlotte ended on bad terms the last time they was with each other. So all Ric Flair has to do is just say, you know what, Charlotte, you are not appreciative of the foundation that I've laid, the name that I have given you. You are not appreciative of, the doors that the name Ric Flair has opened for you. So now I'll go to someone who I feel like is more appreciative and would, listen to the guidance that I'm giving her more than you are. I'm going to truly pass on the crown and the queen of WWE to a person who's more deserving. And then that's where Lacey Evans can come about. Pretty much what he did for Randy Orton and how he molded him into kind of what Randy Orton was before he turned to Ric Flair the last time is exactly what he could do with Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans could be the female version of the Randy Orton. That would be awesome. It would be believable. She's pretty good at promo. Ric Flair is good at promo, you already know, and Charlotte's pretty good on the mic as well. Now, these two in the ring are definitely going to give you great matches inside the ring, and it would make perfect sense if Ric Flair is the reason that Lacey Evans actually becomes the Raw Women's Championship. Because what that does, the Raw Women's Champion, because what that does is actually build a nice, longer feud with her and Charlotte Flair that could possibly lead all the way into WrestleMania, because she would actually be taking that title away from her tag team partner. Now, leading up to WrestleMania, Flair and Asuka can actually lose those tag team titles because Flair's mind is so focused on Lacey Evans and what she's doing her dad and actually trying to get that Raw Women's Championship just to prove that she is truly the queen. So that could be a nice long storyline that you can roll out all the way into WrestleMania season. And Lacey Evans and Ric Flair can also be the reason that Charlotte and Asuka end up losing those Raw Tag Team Championships, probably to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, seeing as though they actually want those titles back. So I would love to see somebody like Lacey Evans actually go on to win the Women's Royal Rumble in a week's time. That would be pretty good, even if Ric Flair somehow help her during that match, maybe distract somebody or something like that, allow her to win that Royal Rumble. Then she can go on to beat Asuka. Too bad that match will have to happen at WrestleMania because we won't be able to get to see Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Instead, we'll have to wait till after. But if you play this feud correctly and you slow roll Ric Flair storyline, it could actually work. It could be pretty good. So we just have to see exactly what they want to do going forward. Now, on to Alexa Bliss, man. Let's talk about Alexa Bliss real quick. I loved the character that she has become. I love her Fiend style character of Alexa Bliss. Only issue being, it's a little bit unbelievable. We already know that Alexa can, has joint manipulation. She can contort her body a little bit and all this type of stuff. I would have loved to see her use that type of stuff a little bit more versus really not feeling much pain. Even though I understand the Fiend is able to, take in a lot of pain with no problem and keep going and fight through it. I would love to see Alexa Bliss, I guess, I would love to see Alexa Bliss reaction to being part of the Fiend have a different type of effect on her, because it wasn't so believable of her just taking all the Asuka strikes she didn't feel a thing. You know what I mean? I like the fact that she was able to dodge and block a lot of things. Maybe she can see moves a little bit faster so she could be one step ahead of her opponents. That would be pretty cool. But you gotta also remember all this cinematic stuff, like she looks regular one moment and then not the next. When the fans get back in the building, it's gonna be really kind of hard to pull that type of stuff off. So I think they should focus more on the things they can pull off if the fans was actually in the building. But for the most part, I like Alexa Bliss character. I just wish she had I guess a different power when she becomes in goes into her fiend mode pretty much. Now that rolls me into Randy Orton, the whole face burning thing. It wasn't bad, besides the fact that Randy Orton had to act for about 2 or 3 minutes after he got burned in the face. Raw should have rolled off the air within 10 to 15 seconds of him getting burned and not having rolling around the ring, saying, So unbelievable. So unbelievable that you actually got burned in the face and that's all you had to say. You know what I mean? So I would like to see Raw had gone off the air when that moment happened just a little bit quicker. But the Randy Orton face burn thing, it makes sense. It could be built right into the storyline of the Fiend trying to take what matters most to Randy away from Randy, and that's that opportunity to actually be the champion again. So I like that, and I think their storyline is definitely going to roll all the way into WrestleMania season because I see the Fiend, even if he doesn't make a legit return at Royal Rumble, I definitely see him somehow costing Randy the Royal Rumble match. So right now, man, the storylines is pretty good. Besides Drew McIntyre and Bill Goldberg, because I hope he just runs through Bill Goldberg because I don't think this match should even last. I don't think Bill can even last long in like a 10-minute match, and make it look good. You know what I'm saying? I think that Bill Goldberg should try to come out hot, and Drew McIntyre just kind of catch him with a Claymore kick when he least suspecting it, and pretty much put Bill Goldberg out. Bill Goldberg, aggression should be the mistake that he makes when he's fighting somebody like Drew McIntyre. And I'm happy to see that Drew McIntyre's back after dealing with the COVID-19 situation. So that's really good. I'm glad he was able to whip COVID-19's butt. So salute to Drew McIntyre, man. Happy to see you back in action. Let's go ahead and jump to the SmackDown side of things, all right? So we got Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens in the Last Man Standing match, which should actually be pretty good. Kevin Owens has been like that gnat, just won't go away. And Roman's used to being able to just beat guys and then move on to the next. Beat guys, handpick his next opponent. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice to see that Kevin Owens is that gnat, just will not get off of Roman Reigns' back. Do I see him actually beating Roman Reigns in the Last Man Standing match? I don't even see how that's possible. Unless he tie him down to something, I don't see how that's possible, especially with the match being no disqualification, and then you have Jey Uso just lying around, right? So I think it will be a really good match at the Royal Rumble. I just don't see Kevin Owens beating somebody like Roman Reigns. Not right now. Roman's on a hot streak, man. But like I said earlier, I would love to see Jimmy win the Royal Rumble, and that storyline with Roman Reigns and the Usos continue into WrestleMania season. Of course, he would have retained the title, and then Jimmy now will also have to follow the line along with his brother. Let's talk about, we got new tag team champions. New tag team champions have happened in the past 2 weeks. We got Dolph and Rude actually beating the Street Profits. Montez Ford was not 100% for his match, so Dolph and Rude ended up, taking advantage of that situation, and they've become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I don't mind it. I still don't like them much as a tag team. I think they're better as single competitors. I don't know what they could do. Maybe they dress a little bit better and actually was seen more organic as a tag team. Maybe wasn't so scripted when they come out and wrestle or do their promos and stuff like that. Maybe that would make them look more of a tag team. Right now, they're like two single guys that's a tag team. It doesn't feel natural at all. You know what I mean? So I would like to see what happens going forward, because Sonya Deville denied the Street Profits of a rematch that they wanted in those tag team titles. I like Sonya Deville in the role she's in as general manager, helping out Adam Pearce. I think that's pretty cool. I would have loved to see her as the manager for Mandy Rose and Dana Brooks, but this general manager role, it suits her really well. So I like that as well. What else we got going on SmackDown? We got Bayley, and we have the feud between Bayley and Bianca Belair. That's going to be really good, and this is definitely the type of feud that Bianca Belair needs to put her to the next level. I've been saying that for a while now. She needed to feud with somebody like Natalya, Bayley to help get her to the next level. With it being Bayley, it works out even more perfect because on that next level, I think Sasha Banks is going to actually drop that title to Carmella. So you're going to have somebody like Bianca Belair versus Carmella eventually, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bianca and Banks actually start to team up a little bit more going forward as when Sasha end up dropping that title as Bianca tries to gain that singles championship. So SmackDown has been okay. It's been okay. We got to see Daniel Bryan, Otis, and Chad Gable kind of form their little faction, and it's working. It's growing on me. It's comical. We got to see Cesaro to get back in action. He fought Dolph Ziggler. He actually beat Dolph Ziggler. That was pretty good of a match. I mean, when you got two guys like that that's really good workers and that will sell for each other, you're definitely going to get a good match. So that was really good on the SmackDown side of things. Now, going into Royal Rumble season, we got one more week, man. We got one more week. I will try to get a video of Raw, and I will try to get a video of SmackDown before Royal Rumble. If not, I will definitely do a Royal Rumble recap if I'm not watching it here live with you guys. We'll just have to see how the work week plays out. I have to just kind of play it by ear. Whenever I get time, I'll jump on, record really quick, or I'll just have to do the audio version and you won't get to see much video, but I'll do still pictures, so it gives you a little bit of something. Something's better than nothing, I guess, right? So that's about it, man, for the Let's Talk About It episode number 4. Stay tuned for episode number 5, where we'll be breaking down AEW and what's been going on the past couple of weeks with AEW. I still read the DMs. I'll be on the Instagram a lot more. I'll be posting every day, especially leading up to Royal Rumble, with some of the great Royal Rumble pastime and past moments that has happened thus far in the WWE. So be sure to go to the at the Wrestling Replay Instagram page. Definitely drop a DM or leave a comment. I answer both all the time. I'm pretty quick. Any questions or anything you want me to cover, drop it down in the comment below on the YouTube page. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It does nothing for you, but it means the world for me. So let's continue to grow this page and continue to take it to the next level. And we will continue to have more contests, more merch giveaways. I'm actually wearing my Macho Man t-shirt right now from ProWrestlingTees.com, which is where we'll start to do a lot of our merch giveaways. Unless you guys really want, a certain WWE merch, I can oblige and I can help you out with that as well. But that's pretty much about it, man. So let me know what you guys think. How has Raw been in the past couple of weeks? How has SmackDown been in the past couple of weeks? And what do you guys see happening at the Royal Rumble? Who do you guys think will win the Royal Rumble? Maybe I'll do a competition where you tell me who you guys think will win. And if that person win, maybe we'll just do a merch giveaway. Whoever gets the right answer, we'll do another merch giveaway. How about that? That sounds pretty cool. So make sure you like and subscribe. Join the Wrestling Replay on Instagram. Follow us. We follow back. Make sure you like in the comments over there too. All right. I'm Kato. This was Let's Talk About It episode number 4. Peace.